Genshin. The event's gonna end today, so I have to go do that. And a new event came up too. And I still need to get around to this story. So all that stuff will be today. Okay, so we have to go talk to Duce Harbor. I don't know how to say these fucking French ass names. Lumiduce Harbor? Lumiduce Harbor? Terminal ballistics are impeccable, and the dispersion is close to the idea. Oh, it's Chevros, not Cloran. Whoops, my bad. According to our assessment model here at the Maison Gardenage Weapon Bureau, your weapon is very much a cannon. It just seemed that we need at least 2 teams worth of manpower to deploy your musket in the field. It's too complicated to use. Thank you for the approval, Officer Chevros. Actually, I don't think the high barrier to entry is a bad thing. Before I had the Soul Sniper Ritual Staff, custom made by Shalonen, and we agreed that the stronger the weapon, the stricter its usage standards should be. Apart from their difficulty of use, I've even considered placing a moral cognition-based lock on such weapons. That way, we can ensure they are wielded by the right people, preventing any immense damage resulting from criminal death. What the fuck? That's a fair concern, Officer Chaska. Weapon theft that leads to committed crimes is not uncommon here in Fontaine. Wow, so many old friends. What the fuck? Why am I using the old outfit? Fontaine's Mason, Guardianage, Natlan's Flower Feather Clan, and a Knight of Favonius. What's going on with this little gathering of yours? Another joint wargame? Bullseye. Caught onto this situation immediately, Traveler. Some time back, the Special Patrol sent Terena to Liwe to take part in the joint wargame. That wargame became the catalyst for ever more frequent exchanges between the armed forces of various nations. This time around, it's a routine ballistic wargame between Fontaine and Mondstadt, aimed at sharpening combatants' battlefield planning capabilities on all sides. And this time, thanks to our friends in the Knights of Favonius putting in a good word, the warriors of Natlan, Flowerfeather clan have joined the wargame as well. Flowerfeather clan warriors are skilled at firing while in flight. They've opened the doors to a whole new world for us. The knights must have gotten to know the Natlanese warriors during their expedition then. Paimon should have thought of that sooner. What's a ballistic wargame, really? Paimon understands every word individually, but put them together and gets a little confusing. Doesn't shooting just mean firing the gun and being done with it? Our bullets allowed in wargames too. If everyone had unlimited ammunition, you just hold down the trigger and most enemies would be no problem at all. But combat is a long drawn out process. A shooter can only carry so much ammunition, so every shot needs to land, and to land strategically. So the Knights of Favonius have developed a new type of grenade to help shooters sharpen their understanding. The principle behind it is a little complicated though. As for the specifics, I'll let our friend from the Knights of Favonius walk you through it. Coming. Apologies, I was very in the report organizing and I hadn't even noticed the honorary knight and her little white companion. My greetings to you both. I'm Hedwig, member of the Knights of Favonius General Affairs Company. I'm in charge of recording proceedings for this wargame and coordinating between the gunsmiths and our other allies. I think I've seen it before. Speaking of which, the device for this round actually has a connection to you two. Do you remember the strange Summer Churl statue that once appeared in the Dado Gorge? Vaguely, a long time ago that. Even Paimon's a bit fuzzy on it. Hedwig, why don't you give us a short version? Right, then I'll skip past the old legends and scatter intel and cut to it. What's up, Reese? How's it going? You should stream Symphony of Night Richter mode. I think it'd be fun. According to the investigation company's findings, that statue was the work of an ancient summer churl. The latter, Broth Turldrick, had taken an unused domain and reshaped it into a place to drill his battle formations. It's a short game if you play it on Richter mode. It took me like an hour because I'm bad at the game. And I had to go resort to a guide and stuff. So I think it's something like quick and easy to do. The Honorary Knight defeated one of Turldrick's lingering shadows back then, which caused the domain to collapse at the eyes of Upano that oversaw the formation scattered out into the open. Once the support company had a sample in hand, they spent the better part of a year carefully disassembling and analyzing it. Eventually they got the technology figured out, combined it with the design principles of Liu's overhead surveillance devices. It produced a kind of visualizing observation grenade meant for long-range reconnaissance so a shooter can gather information from a position of safety. What a roundabout journey. Paimon never imagined that little fellow we wrapped up without much fanfare would leave behind such a mysterious treasure. The upshot is, in a wargame setting, the observation grenade lets shooters see through the eyes of the round in flight, deepening their grasp of trajectory and obstacles. So they can practice shooting strategies geared toward different scenarios. It works on quite a few clever little angles. As for us Flowerfeather clan members, our Saurian riders often have difficulty determining the effects of shots we make while riding our Kukasaurs. We are up in the sky, after all, with our targets being far away. These observation grenades can thus help us conduct battlefield damage assessments. That's a term I learned from the Special Patrol, by the by. It's a very concise concept. Sounds pretty neat. At present, the people involved in the wargame have completed everything our two leaders, Chaska and Chevros, have designated for them. What is left is to complete our wargame with an expanded sample. Since you're here, Honorary Knight, would you like to try it out? By all means, I did notice that during the Fontanella Film Festival that you're quite a crack shot, and inspired one too. That's perfect. I'm personally interested to see how much your marksmanship's improved over the years, Traveler. From the perspective of the wargame, your lack of familiarity with the observation grenade means that you can form an excellent control group for us. You know, Traveler, it does feel like this grenade thing has real history with us. Might as well try its effect for ourselves. Should be pretty fun. Guess I'll have to step this up and take this. A bit of marksmanship practice is good for me too. Totally. An extra skill is an extra skill, right? Never know if we'll run into some sort of bad guy who can only be taken out with the muskets or something. Great, in that case, I'll prepare the venue and notify all of those we have playing as targets. The rules are simple. Make as few adjustments as possible while defeating your targets efficiently. I should first say that this drill was made to be tough. Even the Special Patrol's previous marksmanship instructor, Engian, was barely able to pass, but I expect you'll do just fine. Of course, there's no need to feel pressure. Sometimes shooting is not just about technique, but also about inspiration that arrives at slightest feathers and a little luck to set it off on the wind. Don't think of this as a test, but more of as a relaxing game. Perhaps you'll gain something unexpected from all this. This one's like pretty fun. I played this last time. So now we have like a new stuff though. Yeah, how are you doing? Anything new? I mean, again, at last, traveler, how have things been with you lately? Thanks for asking. How's it been for you in Fontaine? Honestly, some good and bad. Let's get the bad out of the way first. As I was crossing some open waters on my soul sniper, I tried a bit too close to the shooting range. The special patrol mistook me for an airborne target and let off 2 volleys in my direction. Luckily, I was moving fast enough that they couldn't lead the shots properly. Not a second round connected, and Captain Chevrolet arrived in time to call a halt to things. Ooh, on that grind. Dude, summer's like my busiest period too for work. It sucks. I got like sick in the middle of the week again. But like, we got like people out of the office because of like their families are having babies and stuff. And like we were out like people, so I'm like, I gotta like just tank it just so we can get stuff shipped out on time. Talk about rough luck. As long as there were no misunderstandings or friction. Well, only good things followed after that. I took a few easy turns through the city, taking my time to admire all the exquisite man-made architecture, the elaborate machines and ornaments, and the beautifully intricate clothes. Luckily, like, my supervisor's coming back starting next week. Or, I guess tomorrow. So I'll probably be calling a sickie or something. I've been a little worried beforehand. The Court of Fontaine is a fortress walled in by stone. I wonder whether the limited sightlines might feel oppressive. As it turned out, the experience was just the opposite of life in the Flowerfeather clan. Being surrounded by towering buildings gave me somehow a strange and pleasant sense of safety. Once the war game's over, I like to take a couple more turns through the city. For real, dude. This shit sucked. Like, we're being like thrown in the grinder and stuff. Luckily though, like my product manager owner, I don't know, PO product owner or something owner, I guess. He's been like making like a what do you call it? A roadmap for our group specifically. So this way now, when in the future when someone says like we need you to do this, we go like we already have this all blocked off. You gotta wait your turn, and then or argue with the people that we're working with because like I think I mentioned before, these people they don't talk to each other, so they just go like, oh, make our stuff first. It's like super annoying. So yeah. So hopefully starting next year, things will be better. This year is just a wash for how it is. Because even like, if we think like, damn, you're being like overworked, they're like, well, you guys got it out on time, so that's a success, and so then they're gonna, you know, give you more work. I mean, like, one of my coworkers literally quit because of that. I'm like, but I need the money, especially with like how much I love playing gacha games. Once the war game's over, I like to take a couple more turns through the city. Yeah, I want to play Elliot. I was supposed to play Elliot, but I played Slated Princess instead. I really like that game. The Slated Princess is really great. I think it's like a fantastic game for someone playing a visual novel for the first time. It's short. It's got voice acting in it. The art is really nice. I love it. Apparently it's all like a pencil drawn or something, and then they just placed it in on the computer screens and stuff. And the humor is fantastic. I couldn't think of like a single complaint about it. And again, like it's a short experience, so you don't really feel like it's a slog to read through at all. What's it been like with working the special patrol? Well above expectations, and not just by a little bit Their discipline is remarkable, although I can already imagine some of the tribal warriors finding them too rigid, too tied up by the rules to fight freely. But after training new recruits whose baseline skills were all over the map, I gradually came to understand. When individuals don't have overwhelming personal strength, cooperation and discipline are the last guarantee of a stable combat power. So I've had a thought, though it might not be one I can act on. Bringing Captain Chevros back to Natlan with me, and getting her to throw in with the Flower Feather Clan's warriors. The moral question would be tricky, naturally. Fontaine's wages and cost of living are both on the higher end, but I find a way to put together an offer she'd be happy with, beyond just Mora. You think the Special Patrol is stronger than the Saurian Riders? No, this isn't about who's stronger or weaker. The point is to make up for what we lack with what they have. I'm proud of the Flower Feather Clan's warriors, and I've never doubted the Saurian Riders' ability to take down any monster, but it's precisely because I know and trust them that I clear on our weak spots in every battle. We inevitably take a certain amount of casualties. In the past, we've held together as tribes, each warrior doing their part in battle, our coordination looking decent enough on the surface. But when it comes to bringing together the processes of responding to losses, training efficiently, and replenishing combat strength, making warrior teams more resilient, our friends in Fontaine clearly have a wealth of experience worth studying in depth so we can grow stronger ourselves. I think I see what you mean. Managing teams, designing training programs, giving precise commands to these areas, Captain Chevros must be one of the Fontaine's foremost experts now. Her professional skills to a warrior pursuing collective strength are like a slab of meat sizzling on the open coals to a starving soul. She really is essential to Fontaine. You could absolutely call her one of its key figures. A shame then. Fontaine certainly won't let her go. Poaching from an allied force isn't exactly something a proper warrior of the tribe should be doing. Just take it as a not so appropriate joke on my part. Oh yeah, so she's from Afro-Latin America. She's from France, and then she's from Germany. So we got like 3 nations here. I still don't know the choice of why Africa and Latin America have been merged together, but cool, I guess. Hello, how's it going? I'm playing Genshin. All good, I'll catch up with you later. Same as ever then, always run off on your feet. How's it going, Traveler? Making every shot count? Sort of, though. I don't exactly use guns. Oh, yeah, I have the fucking water gun to shoot, like, Yusuke from Yu Hakusho. Another skills is another choice you can make. Who knows, you might find yourself in a future situation where your usual combat skills are restricted. When that time comes, the option of using a musket at range will be open to you. Makes sense. Mind if I ask you for advice more often, then? Hardly. There's no need to call it advice. We just be sharing our experiences. Trena described your previous shooting form to me. From where I'm standing, you could well have the potential to become the best shot in Tavad and even set a new long-range records. Of course, live combat situations, urban settings, and target shooting challenges have their own unique features. Use a musket in your hand a few more times, and I'm sure you'll cover the secrets. Sorry, I forgot. What were you reading last time? I remember it was... I forgot now. I remember there was Moby Dick. You had this, like, long, like, I think it was like a real life thing about capitalism, right? I think it was about capitalism. You said Witcher was too long, so you're not playing that. How are we getting on with our Natalie's friends, by the by? Oh, well, then permit me to be frank. Yep. Oh, you bought it. Okay, but it didn't start it yet. I feel like I should know Hedwig, but... Because I feel like she's familiar, but I can't remember where. Dragon Boat chair. Oh, you're gonna read the whole trilogy then? I suspect that if we wanted to recruit Miss Chaska, her base annual sale would come up to 60 million more. I don't even have that much. I don't even know if I make that much in Genshin. Sorry, how much? Nope, that's the right figure. From the Maison Gardinage's experience, building a piece of weaponry capable of matching her mobility and firepower would be likely hundreds of billions or more in budget, several thousand engineers spread across multiple institutions, and over a decade of technical breakthroughs, R&D, and testing, and it still might not succeed. That's crazy. But is it longer than Trails of Cold? I mean, is it longer than a Trails game? It's not all, at all hyperbole to call her and her Soul Sniper a moral vault that flies. When I watch her engaging targets, I find myself automatically converting each shot she takes into cost of an equivalent musket round and cannon round. From a cost-effectiveness standpoint, putting her on payroll at the salary it offered would be a steal. The figures are favorable enough to leave even the most cynical merchant in awe. It seems like it's gone well beyond a question of moral. She's got her duties as a flower feather clan, you know. I understand. She's also a holder of Natlanese ancient name. That makes her one of the most important figures across all of Natland, which is why I can really only express this wish to you. I'll think of other approaches beyond Miss Chaska's strength wherever possible, so that special patrol's capabilities can develop in a more well-rounded direction. I gotta check. How much more do I have? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 32 million. Holy shit. She has like, her salary is gonna be double how much I have. From like, I've been playing this game since launch. And she gets that much money in a year? That's crazy. More is like nothing now. I'm like so poor in HSR, it's insane. Whereas in Genshin, I have like an abundance of resources. How many topics are about work? Good question. I think Miss Chaska would be well suited to starring in a crime film and absolutely in the leading role. A paranormal adventure with a edge to it would be also fitting. Investigating ruins, unearthing ancient powers, working around mysterious factions. Next time I see Director Xavier, I'll mention the idea to him in passing. Let me go look around some more. Don't be impatient. Feel out to work with the musket carefully. Observe the tracer trajectories and the hit confirmation signals. The flash of inspiration will find you sooner or later. Are these guys always here, or really not gonna play another round, instructor? Okay, so this is event specific. I've already got my best score on the board. You saw, I'm getting a bit too old for this. All because this fancy new war game. The most I can do is scrape by with a passing grade. But a passing grade is 60% of Captain Chevro's score. Outside of you, everybody else flunks. So where's the too old coming from? If you don't shoot now, I'll never see you holding a musket again. I didn't even feel it coming on. How did the time go by so quickly? What are you crying for, kiddo? I'm just retiring. It's not like we'll never see each other again. Want to see me? Easy enough. Pick a place, treat me to dinner once a week. Yes, yes, yes. Not just butter Hidalgo. You can pick the Hotel de Boer for all I care, but maybe not every week. How about once a month? Whatever. Whatever you arrange, I can take. But seriously though, from now on, all the new recruits we got are yours. Keep a good eye on Marine and Roxanne. Make sure they don't lose themselves in work. And don't let the recruits come up short of where you were back in the day. The moment any of them slacks off, give them a swift kick in the rear. I will. A swift kick in the rear. Good. My sisters are calling me down to Natland for vacation. I might be out of Fontaine for a couple of months. I think all the Melusine are girls. I don't think I've heard of a single Melusine that's a boy. Chinese version of Lord of the Rings? Dude, that's called wuxia. That's called the average wuxia novel. Or Shensha, I don't know. When I'm back from vacation, I'll be coming to inspect the results. I won't let you down, instructor. I like seeing the little differences between like localizations. It's neat. And like the design decisions of why they chose certain verbiage over others, you know? Cock. Honorary Knight. Cock the Gunsmith greets you. May your... I don't know if it's Cock or Coach. He's German, so I don't know how you're supposed to say that. May your range estimates be precise and your ballistics ideal. And you are... I'm a member of the support company, normally stationed at Dorman Port. This time, I've been sent to maintain the equipment used in the wargame. Before muskets were issued in bulk, I worked quite a bit with the cavalry company's bow and crossbow shooters in addition to the range company, so you can call me an old friend of Horkin and Hedwig. Call of Cthulhu? Not like Dungeons and Dragons? That's crazy. I'm surprised because isn't like because like Dungeons and Dragons like the basis for like all RPG video games, like all the what does C and CRPG stand for? I know like the what do you call it, Fallout and stuff like that took like the choices dialogue approach for it, whereas like Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest. Lodos War, I've heard that. I've heard of that. I don't know. I know I've heard of that though. Lodos War. I've heard that name a lot. Record of Lodos War, yeah. I've never like got into it though. So you can call me an old friend of Horkin and Hedwig. And this time, the moment word came down about the joint war game, Hedwig went and named me directly to lead the gunsmith team. Suits me just fine, gives me a chance to really get a feel for the new Fontanian muskets. About the other workings of the observation grenade, let me guess, you're going to ask, how does this change direction? Huh, the principles isn't actually that complicated. Grenade body uses a low energy smokeless powder, so its speed isn't anything dramatic. Pair enough the adhesive devices around the observation mechanism, and on impact it sticks to the target, then the side-mounted tracer at the rear ignites, sending out a hit confirmation signal. Remaining space in the warhead's packed with directional charges. Once it's been remotely guided to place at the next target, igniting those propellants sends it flying onward. And so, in the wargame, the observation grenade can perform a limited number of redirections, which fits the wargame's theme perfectly. With a finite number of shots, achieve the most flawless trajectory. Oh, have you heard about the new... Are you into Avatar The Last Airbender? I was gonna say, because there's a new fighting game that came out, and there's like timeline shenanigans, and to make it like more age appropriate, they had Azula aged up. It's the funniest thing ever. Because there's like some shipping going on between Azula and Korra, but Korra was 17 and Azula was like 14 in the original timeline. So it was like you got like a senior, high school senior, freshman, middle school, or about to go like the in eighth like or eighth grader in middle school or a freshman in the high school. You know, age difference gap. So they had to make Azula 16 to make it more age appropriate. I thought it's the funniest shit ever. Frankly, I never expected Honorary Knight to come and join this work as well. The setup here is quite the production. Friend, what other work do you do? Designated scapegoat. Joking, joking. Truth is, it's all classical character work. Whatever comes up, I'm the one running negotiations between the Knights, the Pale Marmonia, and the Nightly Seas warriors. It cuts down the friction cost of having too many people going back and forth. Procedural matters during cooperation also fall to me to handle, and I manage the overall travel and expenses budget for the exchange team. Let's look to you then. Well, here we are meeting, aren't we? And then there's our legendary marksman, Captain Chevros of the Special Patrol, known to put rounds with a 1 arc minute dispersion at 1,000 paces. And then there's the not evaluable by normal standards Saurian rider, Chaska. Her marksman is so absurdly precise, it's like she's got stabilizer mechanisms built into her hands. No matter how messy or exhausting the work gets, I'm coming out way ahead. They could pay me a negative salary and it'd still be worth it. Plus, I've been finding the musket suits me rather well after my injury. I'd given up hope of fighting a sword again. As it turned out, in a war game, I borrowed Cox's musket and had a few goes at these scenarios, the results were pretty respectable. Maybe I'll be able to return to the front lines with this weapon someday. The crowd doesn't seem all that big though. By the standards of the early technical exchange meetings, this is a serious turnout. It's a mixed deployment from the range, support, and general affairs companies. And if our good Vice Captain of the 5th Company hadn't begged off with some peculiar excuse, the Knights prisons alone would be enough to wipe out a sizable monster outfit. Oh shit. Outfit. Okay. That's sizable monster outfit. I've never heard that someone say like that before. To say nothing of the Fontaine Captain and the Natlanese Sarin riders we got here as well. Oh yeah, like, also, Chevro, she's like a 4-star unit, but she's like meta. In the sense that, or you'll see her in like a lot of team comps because she enables like overload team comps. So like not like this is the best to use, but like for if you play like overload teams, she's best in slot for it. I think that's cool. Having like lower ranking units be good. They should just what they need to do though is increase the chance of getting said 4-star. Oh damn god, I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? It's awesome. I like the goofy, like, slice of life music going on here. Where's the last one? What? I gotta try again. What the fuck? Oh my god, I'm fucking stuck. Fuck! So I have to wait for it to move closer. Maybe I shoot somewhere else first. There we go, finally got a clear shot of this dude. What a strange minigame. You have to aim for like long distance. I also want to play like Castlevania. I want to like finish a lot of stuff up, but like I have till like October, I guess. I also gotta play the FGO stuff. Oh damn, that one's supposed to hit there. It's a nice short event though. They front loaded all the reading in the beginning, and then it's a quick play. I think there's like also some dancing thing going on. It'd be cool, you know, if we can actually use gun someday. That's the traveler. But oh well. Oh my god, barely didn't get it. Fuck, 20 points off. What a fucked up shooting course. And last one. I still got like this version's story thing to do as well. I do want to get around to it, but it's gonna be so long. It looks really fun though. And that's the event done. How long did that take? It took an hour. Oh my it took 1 hour. So we have a deal? We have a deal. Deal? What deal? Did Paimon miss something important? The formal phrasing would be confirming the signature on the memorandum. The joint training memorandum on improving shooter effectiveness. On reflection, recruiting Miss Chaska to the Special Patrol would mean an incalculable loss of talent for her homeland of Natlan, not the wisest move. And the Special Patrol's clockwork stable functioning would be unimaginable without Captain Chevro's daily command and coordination. Without her, Fontaine would run into no shortage of trouble. To achieve our objective, we need an unprecedented form of cooperation. What is this astonishing telepathy going on? They found a plan that works for both of them. No, dude, I am playing. In short, after consulting with Captain Chevros, we decided to start a long-term study exchange of representatives within 3 months. This plan constrained the cooperation between the Special Patrol, the Flower Feather Clan, and the Knights of Favonius, while keeping the burden as low as possible. In the literal sense of those words. You'll send people back and forth. Flower Feather Clan warriors stay in Fontaine for a stretch, and Special Patrol fighters head off to Natlan? Exactly, though in practice, it's not as simple as just letting people from each side go live in the other country. The selection of the representatives, the lodging, the daily curriculum, simulation training, and the live drill schedules, the budget arrangements, every detail needs systematic planning. And we'll be focused on the weak spots, addressing each with its own special remedy. For instance, the Natlanese warriors don't pay much attention to formation theory. The Fontaine shooters have almost no live experience with movement against movement marksmanship. So we have the Natlanese warriors worked in disciplined squad level units, and we'll have the Cucasaurs grab the special patrol shooters by the shoulders, fly them low, and have them shoot at intercepting targets. That sounds way too strict. If we could actually pull it off, the results would be tremendous. Targeted training of weak was the most effective method, after all. Many of the planned courses also rely on excellent equipment from our Mondstadt allies. Representatives from the Knights of Favonius are essential, and any results from the program should be shared with them. Captain Chevros, that's most thoughtful of you. Once again, our thanks for your generous offer. In this drill, the observation grenades and the suite of equipment all perform normally. We'll continue regular deliveries per the existing procurement contract. As we're sending representatives for study, please let me convey this back to our headquarters so that the officers can issue a formal reply. I'll provide you with the formal written documentation. I'll be waiting for good news from you. And to close, the topic should return to our ballistic war game. Captain Chevros is uncommonly pleased with this round's results after all. Yes, with your remarkable control group performance to compare against, Traveler, our final piece of puzzle is in place. This drill has produced a wealth of ballistic planning, thinking samples, covering shooters of every skill level. Enough to substantially improve the original musket marksmanship textbooks and even the instructor manuals for shooter training. Efficiency could be raised several-fold. Feel free to call me in for the next war game. I'd be glad to take part in another exercise like this one. That's just what I was waiting to hear. Assured, I'll send you a letter the moment the time comes. With the marksmanship talent you're showing, you ought to be sitting on the test setter's side of the table next time. Helping our friends in Mondstadt, Fontaine, and Atlan all getting stronger is the best feeling there is. If one day Paimon hears that the books we helped put together produced an amazing warrior, and that warrior drove off the monsters with a few quick shots, keeping everybody safe, that feeling would be just as good as scaring the bad guys off ourselves, proud and grounded all at once. I like when the events are short, quick mini games. They're more fun. Captain, were you serious about what you just said? I have to be carried through the air by Cucasaur to... Yes. Oh my god. That shit is wild. Imagine, like, for training, you're being carried away by a fucking pterodactyl or something. And then they're told, okay, now keep shooting. That's right. And how to practice handling a musket up there, shooting at ground targets at high speed? That's right. Then, is there a raise involved? There is. I'm in. Honestly, even without the raise, I'd be in. Money's never the issue. The main thing of a special patrol officer is. If Flower Feather Clan's Saurian Riders can do it, I'm not about to admit defeat. Shooters shoot. Hell yeah. Honestly, I need you to accept even without the raise, but I don't want to shortchange anyone on the team. So beyond the raise, there'll be a series of supplementary insurance arrangements and stipends as well. You know, one of these days they're gonna invent jetpacks, and then everyone's just gonna fly around with jetpacks and shoot with their jetpacks. To make sure you got the stamina to handle harsher combat conditions, I'll be adding targeted physical condition training as well. Let's start with a 100,000 pace weighted run. I'll run my best. Oh yeah, that's right. Because if you're in the air, there's like a what do you call it? Don't you need like a better lung capacity and stuff? Because the higher up you go, I think the mid-air really does take it out of you, doesn't it? So for this 100,000 pace run, I'll carry 50 units of weight. I was going to say 35 units. But since you're volunteering 50, then Letelier can run the same standard. We'll see whether the others can take it after that. After the candidates, you'll send to Fontaine for the long-term exchange. My topics are Junon and Inkanok. The two of them coming together should work out quite well.
Almost done for today. Fancy a couple of drinks to Rusty Rudder over there? Drinks? You be paying out of your own pocket then? I'm not approving a single more for it. All good. We'll cover it ourselves and bring a few good bottles back for Horkin, Ursula, and Gunther. Oh, and Captain Kai and the Grandmaster too. Count me out, regardless. I got to organize the records from this working properly, and the range company has at least someone behind to help me. And there's the special patrols written documentation with the Grand Master to study exchange plan. We've gone and made another fine start to something without even meaning to. I do like the world keeps on moving without your involvement. You just happen to be coming by to help test, but they already did all the planning and all that stuff. The arrangements, the business planning. I like that. And you got like 3 different nations talking to each other now that borders are open. I like when stories have world building that doesn't involve the protagonist. The player character. FGO does it pretty well, in my opinion. For like the longer story chapters. I like when they break into like several groups and they all go on their little adventures and stuff. Oh my god, I forgot. There's a weekly thing that happens and I totally forgot about it. Because I have like no pop-up notification telling me, oh yeah, make sure you go do this week.
Oh, you're here! I was just starting to wonder if I should send you clearer instructions, but then I thought, if I make my hints too obvious, it might get in the way of your travel plans. And then, just as I was pacing back and forth, agonizing over what I was going to do, you turned up here anyway. So, it looks like everything worked out fine.
Hey, Nicole! You're so full of energy today! And words! You're so full of words!
I'll take that as a compliment. Alright then, are you ready to check out my next room?
She's mute, by the way.
Is this Nicole's studio? Why is it just a bunch of empty frames on white walls? Let's take a closer look. What the? Paimon almost had a heart attack being sucked in by a painting like that. Wait a sec. This place looks familiar. Oh, it's the table where the mages hold their tea parties.
It all started the first time Alice invited me for tea.
Gay little cow finds his moo. I missed it, wherever that was.
On that day, I didn't attend in person, mostly because back then, I still hadn't decided whether I really wanted to join the Hexen Circle or not.
What? Nicole's like so fucking old and she's not even like one of the original members that started the Hexen Circle?
Alice was the only one there who knew my true identity. She warned me not to say a word, or let anyone else discover who I was. I was only supposed to observe.
And then what happened?
Well, then I concluded that she was punishing me for my hesitation to join. Everyone was talking about such interesting things. How could I not chime in? And of course, when you're in the middle of a conversation and someone throws out a question you know the answer to, how are you supposed to keep your mouth shut? Which brings us to the bet between Barbeloff and Alice, Rhindaughter's forbidden creations, Ivanovna's political machinations. It was like a series of exquisitely acted plays, distilled within the confines of a teacup. Their words alone were enough to ignite my instinct to lay the truth bare before them.
So, you piped up inside their heads?
Of course not. Even though I felt like my head was going to explode, I still made sure to hold it all in. I'm a responsible angel, after all, and I'm well aware of the difference between what I want to say and what I'm allowed to say. So, I had a private little word with Alice inside her head, just me and her, and I agreed to join the Hexen Circle, right there and then. She was quite happy about my decision, but as for the talking inside her head, well, she claims that over the next few days, she had such a headache that she had to visit a doctor in Liyue to get some relief. But she can hardly blame me for that.
How about we go look at the other frames? Paimon's starting to feel like she needs some relief, too. Is that an Irminsul tree?
Oh, this painting here? You're clearly no strangers to the white trees. But did you know that the first angel's betrayal happened beneath one of their very boughs?
Sounds familiar.
Huh. Paimon's curious now.
Well then, I guess it's finally time for me to tell you a tale of romance and horror. Let me just think how best to protect the identity of those involved. Alright, got it.
I just played a game about romance and horror. It's called Slater Princess.
A long, long time ago, there was once a traveler who wandered among the stars. They were nothing like you, but that's not important right now. One day, he traveled to a silver tree to visit the princess of the morning star. Before long, he started asking her about her kingdom's most forbidden secrets. His words puzzled the princess. How could he possibly know of all these things forbidden by the gods? The young man revealed his origins and showed the princess things she had never seen before. A free will and love, both noble and spiritual. His words awakened her sense of self, hitherto shackled by the gods. Her heart soared, carrying her beyond limits she had never crossed before. The princess of the morning star confided the kingdom's secrets to the youth, and between them, love grew and blossomed, along with a determination to defy the gods.
This is just a cookie-cutter love story. You said there'd be horror.
Don't worry, Paimon. The horror's about to begin. They yearn to help the people live lives of unfettered freedom, but the gods could not forgive their betrayal. They sent down thunder and fury, destroying the lovers' home. And when the Great War subsided, the power and the wisdom of the princess were lost, never to return. Even her closest friends were cursed.
Yeah. That ending was pretty scary after all. But didn't you say you were going to tell us about the first angel? And you're not saying this story's actually true, are you?
It sure is. And that's the scariest part.
It's real.
Hey, this is Simulanka! But why are there light novels from Yai Publishing House all over the floor?
I guess Nicole is also a fan of Yuri. I know the first one is fucking Yai Miko's self-insert about how the Raiden Shogun, not the Raiden Shogun puppet, is like useless. It has to depend on her and everything. It's really funny.
Well, on the subject of my literary enlightenment, my greatest inspiration of all is none other than Lady Anya herself. She was the last to join the Hexenzirkel, and yet the first to leave.
That's like Durin's mom.
I loved all of her stories, whether it was just an idea or a fully fleshed out manuscript. Anya was always so skilled at making her readers gasp with joy. Hexenzirkel discussions rarely stray far from magic, and it's my belief that Anya possessed a unique magic of her own. She could weave love and compassion into words and stories that would touch the hearts of others. I asked her for tips on how to write compelling tales. She taught me a lot of tricks and techniques, but in the end, my biggest enemy has always been myself.
Too lazy to put pen to paper?
That's one way of putting it. Communicating through thought is so much more convenient. I guess even angels can succumb to laziness.
She wants to be a fucking YouTuber essayist or video essayist so bad.
However, recently I've resolved to make an effort, even if it's just to spare myself reproaches from a certain old Seelie friend of mine.
Oh! Does that mean we're finally gonna get to read something you've written?
Who said anything about writing? I'm talking about buying popular works from the last few centuries to flip through in my spare time. These paintings all remind me of places that hold great significance in my heart. And now, the studio has been fully restored. All right, go ahead and claim our reward. What? Don't look at me like that. Of course this reward is ours. You're not going to leave this chest unopened, are you? I can't let you leave if you do. Besides, after telling you so many stories, don't I deserve a reward of my own? You still haven't taken everything.
The lore is that angels get like a rush of dopamine from helping people find treasure. That's how they're like programmed.
A happy story all wrapped up. See you next time. Come to think of it, this Mage's Lodge holds a special significance for me, too. A painting within a house within a painting, worlds within worlds. Fascinating, isn't it?
Alright, that's that done. I don't know if we have like one more version patch in Genshin, or is next month when we finally get to the Snechnaya.
What? Is Paimon seeing things? Is that a Dodoko?
Paimon, we're in Fontaine. You probably just got Dodokos on the brain.
No, there really is a Dodoko over there. And it looks just like... It looks like Barbalos.
Oh great, the Dodokos have finally risen up.
Oh my, what a coincidence this is. Traveler? Paimon?
Why, Why is there something so fishy about hearing such a powerful fortune teller use the word coincidence?
Perhaps, but it's no lie. This truly is a pleasant surprise. As a descender from beyond this world, the traveler's fate is not anchored in Tevat.
Descender is another word for alien, because I'm from outer space.
Hence why most fortune tellers, including myself, are unable to predict your future. But happily, this particular coincidence couldn't have been any more fortuitous. I recently happened to glimpse a peculiar omen, and since I had some free time, I decided to perform a brief divination and follow the omen's course. Just for a spot of fun, you understand. Oh yes, and while I was following this omen, I caught a few ethereal threads of fate and glimpsed the faces of their owners. Here, take a look for yourselves.
These are all people we know. So these are all the characters that got a trial quest buff thing, whatever. They're all getting buffed. So I gotta go do these.
See? Didn't I tell you? Someone with so many friends was bound to recognize them all.
I know that voice. Alice?
Hi, you two. It's been a while, hasn't it? I thought I'd lend a hand with Barbie's divination.
Indeed, if Alice hadn't insisted, I'd have treated these names as minor variables and discarded them from the divination.
But then you would have missed out on this fun little excursion, wouldn't you? Besides, as mages, we couldn't possibly disappoint the little cuties involved in the prophecy now, could we? It's the dream of every child to receive wonderful gifts, go on grand undertakings, and watch mysterious prophecies unfold. Which is all to say, we simply had to see this one through.
And there's no point arguing with Alice. Anyway, if I can gather these minor variables together, I should be able to adjust my divination. So here I am, seeking them out. And if possible, offering them a little fortune-telling.
So when will they be here?
I don't have time to go around divining things like that, but I'm sure it won't be long.
Is that why you've set up this stall? So you can sit and wait for them to arrive?
Don't worry, I'm not just sitting around twiddling my thumbs. This Dodoko is simply a stand-in. I'm still working on my research.
That's right. And I installed sensors on Barbie's Dodoko. As soon as the right person shows up, she'll receive an instant notification. And Dodoko will give a happy little wiggle to make sure our visitors are drawn on in.
What are you doing back here? Take your arm off that. You'll knock my scryglass onto the floor. And hold that cup steady. I don't want you spilling hot chocolate on my manuscripts.
All right, keep your hat on. Just 1 second. There you go, Barbie. This one's yours. I hardly put any sugar in it, I promise.
When you say hardly any sugar, I can't help but feel like we're not speaking the same language.
Back to business. After we followed up on Barbie's divination, I was hoping to gather everyone up. Everyone involved, that is. And throw a huge party. I've even decided how we can send out the invitations. Don't worry. I've already picked out the most beautiful birds available. Picture it. In the dead of night, a huge, pure white bird flies through your window with a mysterious letter in its beak. Then you open it, and a whole new world appears before your eyes.
Unfortunately, as I told Alice, doing that would only serve to disrupt the path of fate. Besides, dealing with such small prophecies is a real pain, so it's off the cards.
Oh, fate is such a spoil sport. Nevertheless, we can still have a party. When the time is right, I'll invite everyone myself. And as I do hate waiting for parties, Traveler, Paimon, can I leave the job of bringing your friends here to this stall to you?
Is that okay?
Then we'd be the ones disrupting the path of fate, right?
Seeing as the people in the prophecy already have ties to the Traveler, in theory, their fates are already intertwined. If the Traveler steps in to invite them and hurry things along, It shouldn't have too large an effect on the divination.
Reliable as always. For the sake of the party, it's in your hands. I promise to save you the best seats, closest to the cake. Barbie, why are you tearing that paper apart? What are you doing?
I'm using it to plug my ears. Between you and Nicole. If my head isn't hurting, then my ears are. Ugh, I miss Octavia.
I don't even have all the characters. Miss Barbalith? Something the matter, traveler. If you're looking to have your fortune told, I'm afraid this isn't a good time. As I said before, this debacle remains here before you, but there are a great many things that still demand my attention. If there's nothing else, I got research to continue doing, but please rest assured that a reminder will be sent to me when the person involved in the oracle arrive. I will make my way over in time. Alright. What do you mean I got what the fuck? There's one. What? I didn't even know they had it. What do you mean they have fucking witches' homework?
Miko's over there. Paimon gets the feeling things are about to get stressful. You remember the Mikawa Flower Festival, right? Sure, everything turned out for the best, but it was a real headache to get there.
And she made us sign ourselves away.
But not this time. We're not the ones doing labor, so we definitely won't.
Keep your voice down. You're jinxing it.
Well, well, traveler, Paimon. To think we'd run into each other all the way out here in Fontaine. So, what are you...
Oh! Miko! Did you hear that just now?
No, I didn't hear a thing. But judging by your expression, I doubt it was anything... flattering?
Apparently, a recent VA based how to voice their character on this character's voice. Ratana is the voice actor for Yaimiko for Genshin, and they based it on how Ratana voices Yaimiko. I thought that was a really cool fun fact, because I do enjoy Ratana. She's also Scarlet in Nikkei.
No, it's not like that. We're really happy to see you, Miko. What brings you to Fontaine, anyway?
Miko really got us this time.
Why else would a poor, overworked editor-in-chief like me be here? I'm toiling away on Yai Publishing House business, of course. I had just bought a box of new books and was planning to take them back for my editors to study. Still, while strolling around the city, I overheard people talking about an unusually accurate fortune teller out here in the countryside. So I came to get a reading, if only to satisfy my curiosity.
Huh? You're finished already? Why didn't you say so sooner?
What card did you draw?
My, taking such an interest in my future, are we? If you want to know, I might be persuaded to let you see. However, you'll have to pay a price. Let me think. How about you sign on with Yai Publishing House? You can compile your adventures into a thrilling novel.
Oh my god, Paimon jinxed it. What the fuck?
Following the latest naming trends, we could call it... I picked up emergency food at the start, and now I'm invincible. Oh, we're going to sell so many copies.
Web novel slop. Oh my god. It would need to be a pretty thick book.
Who cares? As long as it's entertaining, you can make it as long as you want. I once published a light novel called The Horizon Beyond the Paradox. That book was as thick as a dictionary and spanned 8 volumes. Then there were 3 companion guides and 6 spin-offs. Stack them all up and they'd reach the ceiling. If you manage to churn out that much, then I, editor-in-chief, will edit it all personally. What do you say?
She's from Japan. That's all they do. Hello. We're playing through Genshin tonight. You just want to rush my draft. Sorry, but no, I still have adventure to do.
Interesting. So, you don't want to see which card I drew, then?
I've suddenly lost all interest. Well, that's you. I just finished the shooting minigame. It took about an hour. It was a lot of fun. Nice and short. I think half of it is just them, like, talking. For, like, setting up before you even play the minigame. And then you play for your minigame for, like, half an hour.
Yes! It turns out we're not that.
Oh well, here it is. According to Lady Barbeloth, it's reversed justice.
I didn't see that. I covered my eyes. I didn't hear that. I covered my ears. So that's her arcana.
You don't want to see? Very well. Since you have so little interest in divination, the next time you come for a fortune slip, don't expect me to help you draw. Come to think of it, you two have been visiting the shrine quite often lately to hang prayer plaques, haven't you? How about...
That's a great card to draw, Justice. It's got a nice ring to it.
Seriously?
So it would seem, but alas, the justice card I drew is reversed. Does that mean I'm some sort of outlaw, Lady Barbeloth?
The card is named Justice, but it doesn't represent a just or unjust person. At least, not in a conventional sense. Perhaps it would be better to say, since it's currently reversed, it represents a dishonest person.
Is this racism? Because she's a fox, and fox are cunning creatures?
Dishonest? Oh, there must be some mistake. I'm always honest when helping these two interpret their fortune slips. Isn't that right?
Yes. Very, very honest. Very, very helpful. Just shackled with work for it.
All Paimon knows is that whenever Miko helps the traveler draw fortune slips, it's always great fortune.
Well, that's because of her good luck. Or at least, her good luck whenever she's by my side.
Luck. Now there's a fine choice of words. Reverse justice does indeed symbolize a distorted sort of cause and effect, imbalance, dishonesty, and dissatisfaction. As a yokai, you above all should understand. After all, the birth of a yokai is indelibly tied to desire, a yearning for something, an uncompleted dream, some unfinished undertaking, the pull of a certain emotion. All it takes is the slightest catalyst for these unsatisfied desires to take root and grow and sprout unexpected offshoots. And you, a great yokai of Inazuma, likely have a greater desire than most buried within your heart. But that's the limit of what I can see. After all, you only drew one card. What's more, reverse justice is known to be good at concealing lies, whether from others or oneself.
How delightfully mystifying. Sounds just like something a shrine maiden might say when interpreting fortune slips. I certainly wasn't expecting to pick up any new jargon on this trip, but that one is quite good. Still, as good as it is, it doesn't really align with our shrine's way of doing things. So perhaps I'd better not teach it to the shrine maidens after all. Anyway, thank you for the divination, Lady Mage. Should you ever have the chance, do pay a visit to the Grand Narukami Shrine and allow me to return the favor. What do you say?
I'm afraid my hydromancy keeps me far too busy. I simply can't spare the time to dip my toes into other forms of fortune telling. Though your fortune slips sound like something Nicole and Alice would enjoy. I'll be sure to tell them all about you.
Wonderful. When the time comes, I shall personally preside over the drawing of fortune slips for your friends. I assure you, everyone will draw the most auspicious slips.
Here's a former shrine maiden that worked there. Where is she? Yeah, she used to be a former shrine maiden that worked there. Now she's a lawyer.
I'm always watching. Right here, right now, right here.
Sakura Swirl! My apologies!
Emerge. Nothing lasts forever. Right here, emerge, right here.
Kamisato art! Sumetsu!
Right now, emerge.
Take flight!
Yeah, I fucking missed.
Right now, emerge. A sight to behold. Right here, emerge, right here.
Whirling snow!
I don't know what changed. Oh, they I enjoy playing a lot of other gacha game. I just finished playing Slayer's Princess. It was a really good visual novel. I enjoyed that. I unfortunately enjoy playing platformers. I like Mario. I like Mega Man. Those games are really fun. I was going through Castlevania. I think Castlevania is a fun series. I still have like the rest of the Game Boy and DS collections to go through though. I did go through like 10 Castlevania games, or give or take. So I would say I like Castlevania a bit. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, those are just off the top of my head. There's like a lot of other games. I really love like Nippon Ichi Software. Not all their games are great, but I do just like playing them. I like this guy. Obviously, Nippon Ichi Software, that means Disgaea. That's one of my favorite series of all time. But there are other games that are fun too. I think they are definitely like do groundbreaking stuff. Like rhythm platformer, Mad Dead Rat. Actually insane combination, but it's a lot of fun, but it's hard. Okay, I gotta get Chi-Chi done now.
Is it coming back to you yet, Chi-Chi?
Do you have like your list of games you like?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I like how Chi-Chi talks.
There's no need to apologize. We still have a long way before we get to the Palais Marmonia. Let's keep walking for now. I'm sure you'll remember where your home is soon. Look, it's Chi-Chi, and she's with the Mellowzine. Huh, that's a combo Paimon wasn't expecting to see.
Traveler and Paimon.
Hello.
You know Chi-Chi? Fantastic news! I ran into her while investigating near Lumidu's harbor. Judging by her size, I figured she was a human child. She is a child, right?
Yes, she's a 1,000-year-old child. But she is a child.
am
Our good friend.
Right! We go way back! We're the best of friends!
Samara is quite long. But I like it. I like it a lot.
Quick thinking. If Chi-Chi had said she was a zombie, it might have scared her half to death.
Yes, best of friends. That's right.
Wow, this is a happy coincidence for sure. To be honest, this is the first time I've ever found myself completely at a loss. I take it you know about her memory issues? She can hardly seem to remember anything besides her own name. Chi-Chi gets like that sometimes. Poor child. I was going to take her back to the Marie-Chaussee Phantom and let her stay there for a while. But I hoped she might get some of her memories back on the road. Since you're such good friends, I take it you know where she lives? It would save such a lot of trouble if I could take her straight home.
Dude, she lives across the ocean in China.
We know, but it's, a very long way from here.
Very long way? I followed a Sealy all the way to Lumidu's harbor.
Lumidu's, that's how you say it.
Huh? You remembered something? What happened before that?
Before that, Dr. Baiju took me on his rounds at
Elon Wharf.
Something. I went to gather herbs and then...
Oh! Baiju took you to Yilong Wharf, right? Detective Paimon thinks she knows what happened. Baiju took Chi-Chi to visit patients at Yilong Wharf. She got lost while gathering herbs, saw a Sealy, and followed it all the way to Lumidu's harbor.
Probably got stuck on a fucking boat heading to Fontaine. It's been a while. I have like trouble remembering who's who. Let's see. Blessing. I don't think it's her though. Yeah, she hangs around the fountain, so it's not the one on the bus tour. Oh, she's from Noivelette's story quest. The one where like I think one of her like older sisters or something got like killed or something like 400 years ago. And then so there was like a parallel with what was happening to her, but like the Melusine discrimination has become a complete 180, and now everyone protects Melusines, and so what so the instead of like hating Melusines, they all helped her, unlike her sister. It was a good story chapter though.
Good thing Paimon and the Traveler read Robin versus Chesterton. Simple deductions like these are a piece of cake for Paimon now.
You do know that book's a work of fiction, right?
Aha! Well, that checks out. I'll take Chi-Chi back to Ilong Wharf right away. Dr. Baiju is Chi-Chi's guardian, is he? He must be worried sick.
Wait, those people in Barbaros's prophecy, wasn't Chi-Chi one of them?
Oh, you're right. Paimon almost forgot about that. Barbaros, are you there? Can you hear us?
No need to shout. I've been here all along. I simply didn't want to interrupt your conversation. Listening is the default state of any good fortune teller.
I think she bought them sometime when we were in Fontaine. So like whenever like there's like a mystery stuff, she just pulls it out now. She got really hooked on the detective novels in Fontaine.
This Seeley's so-called guidance could also be considered the guidance of fate. Since you're here, Chi-Chi, why not let me read your fortune?
Fortune?
Oh dear, Barbie, allow me to interject. You're really not suited to talking to children, you know. You're scaring the poor girl. Let me take this one. Now listen closely. This is how you deliver a little surprise gift. Ahem. Little Chi-Chi, member of the Little Hexen Circle, I'm the mother of your ally Clee, Auntie Alice, the greatest witch in the world.
Humble much?
Nice to meet you, Auntie Alice.
Ah, what a sweet, polite little child. Come now, let Auntie's friend, another great witch, throw you a wonderful surprise fortune-telling party.
Fortune-telling party?
That's right. Look at the cards in front of you. Aren't they pretty? Do you like them?
I like them.
That's wonderful. Now, can you pick one for me?
Is this one alright?
The tower.
Of course. And because you were so wonderfully well behaved, that card is yours to keep.
Thank you.
All right, Barbie, break time's over. Come help little Chi-Chi with her reading.
Oh, you don't need to shake me awake. I've been listening the whole time. Upright hanged man.
You know, I play Persona a lot, but I still don't have these like stupid tarot cards memorized on what they mean and stuff. I should learn one of these days.
Very few people draw this card.
That means you're very special, Chi-Chi.
It symbolizes transcendence and waiting, and also detachment from the everyday world.
Oh no, Chi-Chi's her like friend's, her daughter's friend. That's what it is.
There are shackles that bind you, but you yourself have no desire to break free from them.
Shackles? Do you mean my orders?
At least on the surface, you wouldn't be wrong to understand things in such a way. As for your future, all you need to do is wait Of course, it's not like you lack for time, but... Oh my. How strange. How very strange.
Hold up a second, you're saying too much at once. Give the poor child a moment to breathe. Let Chi-Chi savor her little gift first. You really do need to show a little more patience with children. What do you think, Chi-Chi? Do you like your surprise?
This card is pretty. Thank you, Auntie Alice.
Oh, good girl. You did such a good job remembering Auntie's name. Oh, Auntie would love to chat with you some more, but it's time for you to go home.
Oh, I'm not sure what you mean by that.
If Auntie Barbie has more to say, then next time the Hexen Circle meets, she can make a prophecy for every little witch who attends. Wouldn't that be lovely?
Could you not add to my workload without asking me first?
Then it's settled. See you next time, Chi-Chi, and all of you witnesses.
Bye-bye, Auntie Alice and Auntie Alice's best of friends.
Phew! Is that all over now? Did those two voices just come from this doll? What kind of toy is this? It's so cute! Where can I... Ugh! No, that's not important right now. Chi-Chi, let's go find that Dr. Baiju of yours.
It's time. Chi-Chi should go home. See you next time, Traveler and Paimon.
Take care, stay safe.
Card. Gift. Pretty.
I'm so happy Chi-Chi got a buff. I love playing with Chi-Chi.
Opening box of Adeptitrix.
With sword comes shadow. Speed of light. Cut to the chase.
Orders given. Orders received. Life goes on.
Incoming. Hey! Nowhere to hide.
Go. Opening box of Adeptitrix.
Don't blink.
Wheel of Life.
Cut to the chase.
Sacred Name. Fortune.
Oh, that stellar conduct, so good. Oh my god, went from 30 to 15? That's crazy. What the fuck? Alright, and then I got the Nicole's Witch's Homework. That's like the last character I actually actively use.
already? Hey, Barbie! Aren't you forgetting something? Like a whole bunch of stuff you were supposed to give me?
Well, Alice didn't adopt Venti. She adopted Albedo because Ryan daughter is Albedo's mom. Marka, I know they work together. I don't really know like the lore between them, but Venti, he's way older than Alice, so that's how they like. They're like familiar with each other, but yeah. Maybe she did adopt Marka. I don't know. I don't really know the lore between how he knows them so well. I just know he does. But I saw Venti, I got so confused because like I'm pretty sure Venti's like one of the oldest Archons in the game. This is a bad time. But yeah, no, and the so just for context, in the last event, there was a group named the Little Hexen Circle, which is so Klee makes a bunch of friends with the other like children, and they form like a mini witch guild. And basically, Alice is like, "Oh, these are my daughter's friends." So that's all the context it was. Chi Chi was one of Klee's friends in that event.
Nonsense. Your arrival is more or less in line with Barbie's prophecy. Though, to be honest, I did think you'd be here a little later. Anyway, before we get down to business, it might be best if you two have something to eat.
Did Barbaross's prophecy say we be hungry? Is hunger something that can be prophesied too?
No, of course not. But my hearing happens to be quite sharp. And I heard Paimon's stomach rumbling a mile away.
This is a very important shot.
Whoa! Paimon's stomach is rumbling for two! We must both be super famished.
How was I supposed to know that place would run out of steak? We had all that salad, but it just felt like a bowl of green air.
Don't you worry about that. I've got plenty of cookies and cake. And as you know, nothing bad ever happened to hungry travelers who accepted food from a witch.
I love Nicole's emotes. They're so cute. You and Paimon munch happily on cookies and cake while gulping down tea. Strangely, no matter how much you eat or drink, the teapot remains half full, and there's always a fresh cookie and a slice of cake on your plates.
Oh, Paimon's so full. No matter how much she puts in her tummy, there's always more on her plate.
Is this what mages' tea parties are like? I'll have to bring Varessa next time. I forgot what the ranking was. I know it's Varessa, but I don't remember it was Mavuika or Paimon afterwards. I know Paimon like is close to it. Yeah, that's them. So it's just like a friend's mom treating you to stuff or whatever. It's not really adopting per se. Just friend of the daughter, so you treat them well.
Is she the champion eater from Natlan's Collective of Plenty? Alice mentioned her to me once. Apparently, she's a fascinating young lady. I imagine if she were to attend one of our parties, we'd need to set out 3, maybe even 7 plates.
Paimon really can't eat anymore. She's coming apart at the seams. Can we get down to business now? Oh, well, sorry.
All right. I gather you're here to deliver my homework. The one that Barbie prophesized?
You knew all along, so just now Barbalith was...
Nothing of the sort. We were discussing something completely different. The moon's massive shift has knocked her hydromancy out of whack. So she needs to head back for a while to undergo a period of silent meditation while she's away. I'll be taking over responsibility for everyone's homework. I also plan to help her add the next round of homework to the dictionary.
Huh. You can just swap the person in charge like that?
Well, if anyone can do it, it's Nicole.
Not like I had much choice. Before Barbie and Alice even told me about it, they'd already inscribed my special homework in the dictionary. As much as I'd like to erase the whole thing and keep on casually observing the world, Alice is busy maintaining Tevad's borders, and Barbie is off realigning her hydromancy.
Come on, Barbie. Let's go, Barbie.
Octavia didn't bother to come back. And you can forget about Rhindaughter. The other mages all have their own affairs to attend to, so the duty of supervising this homework has fallen to me.
I don't really know who Octavia is. I think that's the only one we haven't actually met. I didn't realize the Hexen Circle was so busy. Not to mention it, there's quite a lot of you.
There really are. I don't even know how long it's been since we all got together to make this a proper tea party.
Yeah, Barbaleth is Mona's master.
In any case, as long as I finish my homework, my story will be officially inscribed in the dictionary. After that, I'll be able to go back to observing and guiding. So, Traveler, Paimon, it's time to deliver your message. What's my homework? Oh, and since this doesn't count as a prophecy, just something Barbie and Alice came up with 10 minutes ago, there probably isn't any useful information to be found in that dictionary you're carrying.
You're right, Nicole. We had a look before coming over, and there aren't any detailed instructions at all. There's only these 2 sentences.
Nicole will fulfill her duty. She definitely won't allow you to work for free. That's all there is.
Alright, that first sentence was clearly written by Barbie, but I bet my bottom more it was Alice who added the second.
Oh, if you do Durin's quest, Barbalov will say Paimon has a fortune that can't be mentioned. It's very ominous.
Anyway, let's get cracking on this homework. Just let me think. Where should we begin?
Hold on, you actually understood what they want you to do? I didn't understand a word of it.
Huh? Oh, Barbie gave me a rundown of my tasks just now.
Well, yeah, I mean, she is a very old woman now.
Basically, I just need to go to a few homework locations, make sure everything's up to scratch, and conduct some field work.
Wait a minute. Paimon thought she was giving you a prophecy. How does a rundown count as a prophecy?
Well, you see, I naturally view anything Barbie says to me as some sort of prophecy. Besides, when Barbie wrote this homework of mine, all she actually did was flip straight to the final page of my story and tell me the ending in advance.
Isn't that a massive spoiler? Does this mean I came here for nothing? Dude, I be saying this.
You make a fair point. But then, what's the difference between a prophecy and a spoiler anyway? Alright, enough dawdling. Come on, follow me. We're going to... Yes. That seems like as good a place as any.
Just like that? Hold on. How are we supposed to get the...
In a blink of an eye, you find yourself standing at the edge of a cliff.
Alright, we're here. This Sealy Court has some really great views, don't you think? See that spot over there? That's the starting point.
Sealy Court? Did you just use it to...
Did I use it to get us here faster? You bet I did. These Sealy Courts are connected to the ley lines, and nobody really uses them. They're very handy when it comes to traveling about.
What the fuck? She can teleport using that?
Besides, the Sealy and I used to be angels, so we're old colleagues. I'm sure they won't mind me borrowing their homes every once in a while.
Hey, isn't this... Venti and I once performed a duet on that island of the distance.
Yes, I read about that in the dictionary. Based on how it ended, you and Lord Barbados must have played quite a beautiful tune. Such a shame that Barbie couldn't hear a single note. When Alice heard about it, she laughed so hard her hat nearly fell off. How about we head to the next location, which should be...
That's part of the homework.
Is this Wolvendam? Doesn't seem like the best place for doing homework.
You had to help Venti do something, I think, while playing like a song or whatever, and that gave him his buffs for this game. It's the island with the Eye of the Storm, I think. That's where you're supposed to go.
This is the nearest Sealy court to where we're going. Don't worry, we're not far from the starting point.
Whoa! Where did all those wolves jump out from? Hey! We're not here to hurt you! We're friends with Razor!
Isn't this Razor and I once fought here together?
That's right. That child already claimed victory in the battle he was destined to fight. As long as he stands beside his Lupical, I believe he can overcome any foe.
Lupical means family.
I'm sure his Lupical feels the same way too. Alright, that's about it for this place. I could do with a good rest. Come on, let's go. Time to head back for a cup of...
Speaking of people trying to adopt others, Cloud Retainer does the same shit. She came to Mondstadt and saw Razor lived outside in the wild, and she's like, oh, let me take you back home with me. And Razor's like, no, I live here. Because she adopted like 3 kids. She adopted Ganyu, Shenhe, and this new girl, this child during like one of the quests related to Cloud Retainer.
Whoa! When did this door appear?
There's a note stuck to it. The style, it feels familiar.
This looks like Alice's handwriting. Let's take a look. Thanks for your help with the homework. Now hurry home and have a hot cup of tea.
Yes. I needed to screenshot this.
P.S. There is a surprise waiting behind this door. Hurry home? Wait a second. Why does this door look so familiar? There's no way it could lead to...
Nicole pushes the door open, then strides through purposely as you follow. Ends up we're at Nicole's house.
Somewhere new? Hey, isn't this...
Oh, over there. There's a huge Sealy cord in here.
No wonder Alice wanted to borrow the lodge key. She said she wanted to set up a tea room, even though I told her I already had one.
So this is a gift from Alice, but why would she give you a Sealy cord?
It symbolizes the completion of guidance, the end of a journey, and the fulfillment of prophecy. You've followed Sealy before, right? Only when a Sealy returns to its Sealy court does its guidance come to an end. So, to give this unwelcome homework a clear conclusion, Barbie and Alice must have built a Sealy court right here. This is the only way for my story to be inscribed among everyone else's without interfering with their own homework.
You're not a Sealy, are you?
Well, we're not all that different. Once upon a time, we were all angels after all. But that doesn't really matter. What's important is what it symbolizes. It's like writing a novel. As long as the main outline is there, there'll always be a way to flesh out the details, so the pieces fall into place. As long as I take my seat, this homework of mine will be officially over. It's a nice touch, but it feels like the ending to a story written on the fly. If Anya were here, I'm sure she'd have come up with something more clever.
I see. And here was me thinking it would end with a treasure chest.
Don't you worry. That's an essential element as well.
Hey, a treasure chest!
Oh my god, voice.
Now this homework's starting to make sense.
So this is what it feels like when the pieces all fall into place. Guess the outline really is key.
What did I tell you? It seems like this has been a fruitful little excursion after all. And it seems my story has been formally inscribed in the dictionary. Which means that today's homework ends here, and also that there'll be a formal tutor to provide guidance on all future assignments.
Will there be more chests for those assignments too?
Well, that depends on what assignments are assigned. Personally, I'd love nothing more than to bury chests for people to find by completing their homework. I'd leave clues and watch them enjoy a merry little treasure hunt. Now that would be fun. But Barbie's been keeping a close eye on me, so I'm not sure I'll get the chance. Anyway, my guidance doesn't end until you open that chest. For the sake of the dictionary, can you please see what's inside?
Damn, I should have done this earlier.
Which means that today's homework ends here, and also that there'll be a formal tutor to provide guidance on all future assignments.
Would have helped me a lot in some of the stuff I played. Alright, let's see. I want to do that, but let me also go do this.
Burn it down! Light up the blazing sun! King and Queen should present a united front.
Alright, and then we have this event to look at. This was last year's summer event place. They made it a permanent location though. Something like this and like that. Those little thieves will be on their knees crying for mercy. Oh my god. I don't know if you're here for this, but earlier during the stream, Engine's like, I'm going on vacation. And they're like, I'm going to Natland for vacation. Yep, that's the place. Very good story. At a moment like this, if you accidentally let one of them slip away, he'll panic and run back to report it, and you just quietly tail him. Then, right when they're busy playing their next move, you kick down the place to their hideout and give them a scare of the lifetime. You make a very good point, Miss Jin. When dealing with irredeemable criminals, unconventional methods are indeed necessary. Now isn't like Fontaine with all those convoluted, elaborate law enforcement procedures. I'll make good use of that advantage. Damn, even while on vacation, she's like doing work. I already rounded up the remaining Sauron poachers earlier. I'll use your method and wipe out the smugglers to the north in one fell swoop. And don't forget to give me the good news after it. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm no longer a member of the Mason Gardenage. Under confidentiality regulations, Tarina can no longer report her work to me either. Feels like I still have a few tricks I haven't shared with the people who could use them. Maybe I should just write a memoir. Yes, a memoir sold exclusively to law enforcement all over the world. My 150 years of experience should be useful. I'm all for it. Once you've fully enjoyed this party and feel nice and refreshed, writing it is sure to go smoothly too. Then save me a signed copy. You'll get the very first one. Once I've danced to my heart's content, I'll run to typewriter as soon as I get back and start writing immediately. Melusine and Musta? Oh, that's an unexpected combination. What are they talking about? Sounds like an interesting conversation. Alright, our lead dancer is here. The great Hermione. Let the party begin? First things first, big news. Our second dance party is now underway. It hasn't even been a year. Oh my god, Barbara. Why is she here? We got a new participant too. Miss Engine from the Fontaine Tour Group, along with her 3 companions. Also, thanks to our Utabiti, Kachina, and the idol from Mondstadt, the Fontaine guests and the Ashas here have all learned brand new dance moves. Wait. That's way too much information at once. So besides everyone from before and the little Saurians, there are Melzines and Ashas joining the stage too? Exactly, which means we get to dance to even more upbeat music and have even more fun. As lead dancer, you'll get to show how well you can adapt to any rhythm. The greater the hype, the better the vibe. Wow, the vibes are so good. Hold on, Nista called you Hermione, so you're the Hermione Traveler? The young one of the children of Echoes who taught me to dance at her master's, the great Hermione of Natlan. An amazing dancer too. So after all that roundabout talk, it was you? Dude, that makes me your grandmaster, doesn't it? Paimon? Guess Paimon's a grandmaster too then. No way. Why do I suddenly feel like I just dropped 2 ranks? Let's just each do our own ranking, okay? Anyway, dancing really comes down to talent. Who knows, maybe I'm one of those protagonist level geniuses. Give me 2 days and I'll be dancing just as well as you. Not that we need to compete or anything. I just mean, whatever the beat, whatever the Tenji's moves, I can always keep up. Right, dancing is all about having fun. Even though all you can do is sway to the beat, you're still part of it. Looks like everything's ready. If you want to catch up with friends first, they're all waiting for you over there. Or we can gather everyone here anytime, get the music going, and kick off the main event. That's new. I saw a funny gif of Sandrone and Columbina dancing together. Dancing's so fun. It's fun. It's super fun. Doesn't it make you happy too, Moo? Woo! I'm so glad Manaya invited us all here on vacation. Please is wonderful. I'll be sure to come back often. I say that with ton tomorrow. So don't you worry. Food, fun, it's all on me. Don't mention it. Thank you, ma'am. Hey, none of that ma'am stuff. Call me Big Sis. Dude, she's fucking 150. Thanks, Sis NGN. Oh, there they are. Nilu, look, the dessert this time is a sweet sour berry roll based on Monster's apple roly-poly, but with Canepa berry juice instead. You know, I've always thought that the sweetness of apples and that of Canepa berries would go together. Great opportunity to try it out, don't you think? It also got smetana from Notcry in it. That should give it a unique texture. Notcry? The story mentioned that many dishes from there have both Snitch9 flavor and their own distinctive touches. At her store, premium smetana costs 150,000 more a jar. Oh, Barbara bought that stuff. And Ice of Avonis in her hometown imported tons of ingredients from Notcry, some of which I'd forgotten to buy previously. 150,000 more a jar seems a bit pricey. How many water sport supplies could we purchase that, I wonder? Is that delicious food we were discussing? Say some for me. One serving over here too, please. Oh, sure. What? Traveler, Paimon, when did the two of you arrive? Well, when he started talking about food, on the time when smetana was brought up. It feels like it should be Paimon's line. Whatever. You get to have it this time. Alright. Then, the captain of the guard and patissier extraordinaire will be with you shortly. Bring the dish in hand. Sorry, what captain of the guard? Oh, wait. This is something we were discussing previously. And Nilu was the girl next door. Was a magic teacher. Yeah, Paimon remembers Moani calling Nilu the friendly magic teacher next door. She uses her own gentle way to break down deep truths so they click for everyone. In that case, I suppose I'll try to play this role in earnest this time. Guest by the name of Sadil asked me some questions about dance music, for instance, about how to dance along when you hear a new song. In other words, how to improvise in music and dance. To me, this is almost a matter of instinct. I can just find the right rhythm and suitable style when I move. But I'm still not so sure how to teach those who might have no experience at all. Oh, don't worry too much about it, Nilu. Think about it this way. It's not entirely wrong to call Melzines fairies of the nation of Hydro, right? And fairies are really smart cookies, aren't they? And now that our lead dance traveler has arrived, Mrs. Sadil and the Melzines can just follow her lead. They'll be fine. They'll pick the other basic dance moves up easy peasy.
That's true. Last time Traveler, you used subtle guidance to get them to execute the right rhythms. Maybe you can do the same for the Melazines. Just watch me. Call me the Master Melazine Mentor, MMM. Paimon wants to learn too. The dances aren't too hard. You have a joy today, Traveler. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you too. You seem to have some great new friends. Thank you, Traveler. This time around, I stayed in an island for more than half a month. You'll see, it was my first time experiencing life outside Sumeru. I never even traveled very far at that time. Here at the Easy Breezy Holiday Resort, I experienced something quite different from my time with the people of the Springs. Nalan really is amazing. Each of the 6 tribes has its own musical styles. When Kachina took me on a tour of the Children of Echoes, I got to see their unique dance battles. Her moves are really impressive, like the one where they push off the ground with one hand and lift their body into the air. Or the one where they lie on their stomachs or backs and begin to spin rapidly. I never knew strength could be expressed through dance like that. I mean, there's a whole different breed of dances there. Yes, I can imagine what it would be like to dance for myself. Of course, it's probably not wise to force itself to learn everything, but we can open to new things like Milani. One's heart must constantly seek nourishment to grow into something lovelier, isn't that so? On that note, I think I learned a thing or two thanks to the Deaconess Barbara from Mondstadt as well. From Barbara, what did you learn? About the energy in dance. As you know, dancing was not supported in Sumeru in the past. This restriction has long since been lifted, but old habits die hard, you know. As such, our songs and dances continue to prize wisdom, elegance, and beauty, incorporating no exaggerated movements. Dia says that this is what they call cultural inertia. It's all a bit profound for me, though. It takes years for perspective to shift. I see, so that's how it is. By contrast, Barbara seems much freer when she dances. It's very cute, I say. Oh yes, the nation of freedom. And I do think it's a shame that this happened. She seems a bit too polite when talking to me. That's not quite right. Would reserve be a better way to put it? Is it because of her position, or is there something else? Sometimes you just gotta take it slow. Is that so? Don't worry, I'll wait for her to be ready. I'd love to be friends with her, just like I am with Milani. Oh, there's Barbara and Kachina. I didn't even notice. Yahoo! Hey there, Traveler. How's your dance party captain of the guard reporting in? You've really gone all out this time, Milani. Oh, you mean inviting Barbara? Wasn't it a pleasant surprise to see one of your friends from Mondstadt? It was. If we had to do the math on the sequence of events, I guess we have Shalona and Varessa to thank in the end. I have a friend in Mondstadt who sent a postcard of Barbara drawn on it to Nepecha. Or Nepeka. Shalona handed me the card and I did some asking around, which led me to find this amazing dancer from Mondstadt. Once I knew, I just had to invite her over. Otherwise, I'd never be able to shake the feeling that we were missing a crucial piece in our dance party puzzle. We've had friends from the Knights of Favonius previously. They're bold and courageous, and they got along great with us people of the Springs. Just so happened I met a knight I had made friends with back then, and then got them to send a letter through the Adventurers Guild, which was delivered to Barbara. Still, if we hadn't only just invited Neela over from Sumeru, didn't have a million and one things left to set up, I would have gone to Mondstadt myself. I mean, that would have been the earnest thing to do, right? Not to mention how I've been curious about Mondstadt for some time now. It seems like a tons of fun. You're right on the money. Anyway, I'm totally adding it to my list of tour destinations. After this dance party's over, I'll need to help Amina supervise the training of our newer warriors. If all goes to plan, I can continue touring once that's over. Look out now, you never know when I'll show up in a place both familiar yet unexpected and surprise you. Barbara, I've been giving some thought, and I think there's some moves we could improve on. You know, to help our nosy friends to go with the flow more easily, and help the little Saurians time their moves better. Oh, sure. Let's check some medical books later and see how we can improve their motions that weren't designed for Melazines of Saurians, shall we? I'm sure we can come up with some bubbly, interesting, and easy to learn dance steps, just like last time. Well, if it isn't my apprentice and Mondstadt's idol? Well, this is an unexpected combination. Traveler, Paimon. I thought it'd take longer for the news to reach the Adventurers Guild and for them to reach you from there, but I'm glad that you're back so soon. Seems like couriers abroad are really efficient, huh? Hey there, Honorary Knight, you're finally here. If you arrive any later, the children would have finished listening to Hermione's travels in Mondstadt. Albeit with all the fascinating things I need your consent to talk about. Yeah, like the whole bit with the Holy Lyre. Looks like you're getting along just great here. Good going, Kachina. It's my pleasure. She's your old friend, and that makes her an honored guest here too. I didn't do all that much, if we're being honest, but if you say I was a big help, then I'm glad I was. Speaking of which, this is a pretty huge get-together, isn't it? The venue was built just for this event, and we got way more participants than last time, plus they're from the true extra countries. When we first started, Milani only thought of inviting Miss Neela and her friends from Samaria like last time, but various things happened, and new participants kept arriving. Friends from Mondstadt was something we thought might happen, but having spontaneous over sure was a pleasant surprise. Manaya, who's lived with the people of the Springs for many years now, has invited the Melusines from her hometown to be her guests. Behold, the surging tides of friendship. What do you mean, surging? Oh, you mean that once you have enough friends, surprises like these come surging out from time to time? This is the first time I've danced in front of friends from all over Teyvat. It's been a real test of my skills. It's also been incredibly fun, though. I hope you enjoyed this very special party, too. Some of the Melusines and Saurians' movement were designed by Kachina and me. Well, you're the one who put in the most work. You even pointed out all those profound anatomy details. Oh, don't be so modest, Kachina. I still have a lot to learn from when it comes to more intense dance moves. Do you think the dance event choreographer stands out a bit too much or sounds a bit too low-bearing for the event's success? Let's be moving groove consultants instead, shall we? Hello there, Honorary Knight. I only found out upon arriving in Natlan how much everyone here respects you. I'd say it sometimes beats how much Mondstadt respects you as the Honorary Knight. I just did what I could to help. Speaking of which, I'd like to give you a bit of advice as a friend. You can't always pour yourself into various commissions and focus only on fulfilling the wishes of others. You gotta take some time for your body and mind too. Don't let that fatigue build up, like my sister does. Thank you, Barbara. This kind of relaxing gathering works great for this. That you could definitely stand to organize similar events when you were with your friends in other nations. I never had the chance to see you dance or lead dances before today. So if you don't mind, I'll help myself to a seat in the audience. Oh no. I see you made quite a few new friends here, too. Yeah, everyone in Natlan has been such a pleasant surprise. I didn't know that Mr. Lonan, who visited Mondstadt recently, was such a skilled craftsman. I've heard that even the Archon goes to her to get tools made, and to finally join the dance-off stage for myself, it's truly marvelous. The way the sounds twist and pulse of each of the knobs and those constantly flashing lights, it gave me chills, but that was a pleasant feeling. Miss Lonan also gave me a record of some unique music. She said that Fontaine devices can also play said record. Make sure to listen closely to it once I get back. Was Milani the first to find you? She was, and well, let's just say that I'm still getting my bearings on that one. When I first received her invitation, my reaction was, well, is this some new type of scam? New type of scam? Fortunately, as I read on, I could feel her passion through the words written on paper. I've heard my fair share of earnest prayers. Such sincerity which comes from the heart cannot be faked. Sure enough, when our caravan arrived at this stop, I saw her rushing over on a surfboard. That's when I knew. This is the person I'm looking for. I'm sure we will make great friends. After that, she dropped all the work she had on hand and took me all the way from the people to Springs to where the children of Echoes live. We see some friends from Samaria there, and then it was off to the Flower Feather clan to take a boat to this resort. That's very like Milani. It was like a dream. Of course, we still got plenty of time, so I'll make sure to continue enjoying my trip. How are things with Kachina? To be honest, she reminded me of me when I just learned to dance. I'm not talking about her skills, but more of her state of mind. She loves dancing and she practices hard, but she still gets stage fright when she's in front of strangers. She's actually improved a lot since we first met. Where dancing is concerned, her potential is well beyond her humble self-assessment. Really, it'd break my heart if we couldn't polish that talent like a gem. I'll share all that I've learned with her. Hopefully that can help her overcome those little shortcomings of hers. Have you spoken to Nilu? Of course, she's a famous dancer in Samaria, Even if I hadn't accepted this invitation, I'd have gone looking for her sooner or later. I am Mondstadt's idol after all. Dance knows no boundaries, and an idol must always push hers. That said, we haven't gotten to know each other as quickly as I did with our Natlanese friends. Too many fun places to visit, maybe. Either way, we haven't had time to have a proper chat. Her dance steps, though, give you a sense of natural grace, like a flower bud in the midst of blooming. Dance steps are the most authentic way to reflect someone's personality, so I would guess that she's usually a quieter person. I think perhaps a soft approach to getting along with her might work best in that case. I don't think you need to worry so much about that. After After all, she's a friend from Sumeru and a famous dancer too. I think there might be some difference in our cultural customs and personal habits now. She reminded me to take note of that before coming here. I borrowed some books to learn the basics of Natlanese culture. I said I didn't have much time to learn about the Sumeru in detail this time. Nilu's a very strong person. Very forward. I should do my research over the next few days. Maybe ask Milani a few questions. Do be careful of heat stroke. Are you worried I'm wearing too many layers? Thanks, still, I'm fine. The sea breeze here is really cool and the temperature is quite different at night. I did ask my sister and father for their opinion before coming here, in fact. Jean felt that, as deaconess of the Church of Favonius, it would be best if I dressed formally for my first public appearance in Natlan. As for father, he reminded me that the sunlight here can be very intense, so I should watch for that. That's how I came to this party in the same clothes I wear to church despite the heat. She should wear her swimsuit. Traveler, having fun so far? Barbara and Miss Neela have nothing but high praises for Milani's Mondstadt Natlan fusion food. If you're tired or hungry, you should definitely try it. Doing great, how about you? Well, I'm kind of excited actually. Excited. I've never really talked about dancing with friends from abroad before. Definitely not with two friends who are this amazing. Milani told me all about Miss Neela before, so I knew what to expect. Speaking of her, feels like you're listening to a lullaby. And not in the sense that you fall asleep, but more that your body and mind get so relaxed. She's slow, gentle, calm, so reassuring. That's quite true. I knew I was onto something. And there's Miss Barbara. I was honestly a bit worried before meeting her. After all, I've heard that she's Mondstadt's most popular idol. That makes her a superstar, right? I was thinking, would I upset her if I mess up in some way? Luckily, she turned out to be super easygoing as well. Her vibe is a bit different from Neela. She feels more like a bubble. Like, light, floating, and shiny. That's just the feeling she gives off. Honestly, I didn't think I'd ever meet two girls like Milani. You know, people who could roll every dance move I suggested on the first try. Sounds like you met your people, eh? Totally. I'll treasure this time you have for sure. And how are you getting along with them? I realized that the two of them would mention all these techniques I've never considered before. In terms of time spent dancing and the number of performances they've done, both are way ahead of me. Though our dancing styles are different, I really want to learn from them and pick up new techniques. They always taught me to push my limits and become a more well-rounded person. Did I say that? You never said it directly. I've heard adventurers from all over say that you can solve just about any problem. They also say that when it comes to academic qualifications, you would be rated as an expert in many different areas of studies by artisans from UA, as well as academics from both the Sumeru Academia and the Institute thing in Fontaine. Isn't there a saying in Liwa about leading by example? Well, I think you're doing just that. Looks like we ought to push ourselves more from now on, too. Thanks, I'll do my best, too. Alright. I think that's everything for talking. Used to it already, eh, Traveler? We got Melzies and Asha joining our teams of dancers this time. Look at him go. Give you a royally closing foot, doesn't it? Could I have a word real quick? New stuff. Oh yeah, sure. First off, I got good news. Previously, I visited Collective Plenty to improve my boxing skills and enhance my core strength. I wound up taking the chance to practice playing the drums. Pretty good at it nowadays, if I do say so myself. Master Yansan says that if I further improve my double pedaling and compound rhythms, I'll be able to play even more avant-garde pieces. So if you're looking to put a crew together and can't find a drummer, I'd be up to help if you have me, of course. Seems we're missing some friends this time, aren't we? Oh, you mean Tarene and Uncle Scimitar? That's a shame, but they've been super busy lately. Something insane happened in Sumeru, and a huge relocation project was carried out in response. Fortunately, I've heard that the danger has passed and they've moved back to where they used to live. Moving's always a massive hassle, never mind if you gotta do it twice. Gotta sort your things, clean the house, yeah, that stuff takes time. Given their personalities, I wouldn't be shocked if Tarene and Uncle Scimitar went to help others out once they settle their own business. Instead, we got some of the blazing beasts who are having a rather relaxed time. I have no doubt that they'll be the first to show up next time, though. I'll have the wine ready for them. Already do, in fact. Alright, I'll do like the dancing minigame later. I don't think it's even like done yet. Yeah, it's not even done. You have to wait like 2 more days to like get all the rewards. So 1 week from now. So yeah, I'll do it Friday, and I'll probably do the main story quest as well. So we will do Should We Meet Again on Friday. Alright, thanks for hanging out, thanks for joining, thanks for watching, have a good night, bye bye.